Welcome guys, Miss Lelo. Welcome to module 3, session 1, and this is going to be our part 1. Generate ideas and solution options related to advertising context. Here are the learning outcomes. Please go through them. Okay, stages of the design process. We have 6 stages. The first one is development of the brief, where you identify your client, their communication needs, the purpose of the visual communication, the target audience, the context of the visual communication, and any constraint that affects the nature of the solution. And then we move to research. During research, you collect ideas, information, resources, conduct interviews, field trips, and site visits relevant to the brief for inspiration, investigation, analysis, and interpretation. Students can use observational freehand drawing methods to represent the form, materials, and texture of existing objects and or spaces when recording these investigations. And then we move to the third stage, where you generate the ideas. During this stage, you explore a variety of design ideas that draw on the research and are appropriate to the brief. Imaginative ideas can be quickly drawn using visualization, drawing methods. These freehand ideation sketches support the communication of ideas. And then we move to the fourth stage, where you develop the concepts. When developing the concept, you select the preferred ideas and applying a range of methods, material, media, design elements, design principles, and presentation formats to create 2 or 3-dimensional visual communication that address the brief. Both visual and presentation drawings method are relevant to this stage. And then we move to the second last stage, which is refinement. During this stage, you modify visual communications in response to feedback and evaluation against the brief. And then we move to the last stage, which is resolution of presentations. During this stage, you present visual communications that satisfy the brief. And so, to recap, these are the 6 stages in the design process. Okay, now let us look at visual communication. What is visual communication? It is the interpretation, transformation, and expression of messages in forms that can be viewed or read. As you can see, these include things like typography, graphic designs, photography, product design, advertising, animation, etc. Okay, let's move to materials and tools. Okay, for visual communications, the design and creation of visual communications requires the selection and application of methods, media and materials, design elements, design principles, and final presentations. Collectively, these are the resources of visual language. Visual communication tools and material can refer to manuals, handheld, power, electronic tools, and equipment. Drawing materials will include a range of mark-making materials and tools. Okay, looking at visual language, the visual language is integral to the visual communication design process and refers to the communication of ideas through experiences, images, and objects. Students use visual language to communicate their ideas at all stages of the design process. Remember those 6 stages that we have done. Okay. So when producing visual communications, the designer relies on historical understanding of specific design styles, representations, and imaginary. Ideas, values, and concepts are communicated through the context and placement of objects, styles, and representations. Okay, and in this study, the following are selected and applied to create and design visual communication methods, which refers to the manual and digital processes, drawings that can be used for the purpose of observation, media, the digital and non-digital applications used to make visual communications, materials, the surfaces or substrates that visual communications are applied to or constructed from, design principles, are accepted conventions associated with arranging or organizing design elements. And then quality refers to the originality, freshness, impact, simplicity. So please read on these tools on page 7 of your study guide. Thank you so much, guys. Please remember to refer to your study guides, and following is part 2 of session 1.